2026 was a weird year for me. Some personal things that happened during this time, but it was mostly due to the war and the government shutting down the internet for 3 fucking years. I pretty much had nothing to do all day, and I was just watching TV on the streaming sites that were available. During this time, I got very interested in an adult animated show by the name of... Recently, I've also gotten very interested in this small indie game by the name of Undertale. I remember I was trying to sleep when for some reason the idea popped into my head. What if two characters from these separate things fought each other? Specifically Sans and Conquest. Why did I think this Before we pit these two together, let's first examine their powers. Conquest. Conquest is one of the oldest Viltrumites of the Viltrum Empire. He is incredibly strong, he can fly/levitate, he is incredibly fast, and he's basically invulnerable, otherwise known as... As far as I can tell, Conquest doesn't have any sort of weaknesses. He's been fighting for thousands of years and he still enjoys every second of it. He loves spilling blood, and I think eating it too. Ew. At first glance, Sans doesn't seem like anything special. He always slacks off at his job, he spends all his time at Grillby's, and he drinks a lot of ketchup. However, that's only the side that he does show. In reality, he is one of, if not the strongest monster in the underground. His powers aren't anything to joke about either. Let me just tell you some of the things that he can do. He summons bones out of the ground. He summons what is essentially a dragon to fight for him. He dodges attacks, he teleports, he uses telekinesis, he breaks the fourth wall, and he can tell when you've reset your run. He's also much smarter than he lets on, knowing a lot about the space-time continuum. I'm pretty sure he actually used to be a scientist before all this. Kinda crazy to think about it. Also, one other thing, he knows how many times you've died every time you fight him. So that would lead on to the fact that he knows he's in a game. So which would also lead to the fact that he knows despite the fact that he'll lose, he still fights you anyway. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to see if Sans from Undertale could defeat Conquest from Invincible. So could he? Probably not. Look, Sans is incredibly strong, but at the end of the day, he's just a regular dude. You know, he gets tired very quickly. He even falls asleep during his own boss battle. And while he does dodge attacks, Conquest is so fucking fast that by the time Sans can even process what is going on, he has already been turned into dust. And also, talking about Sans's powers, I highly doubt that the bones would even harm him, let alone penetrate his skin. Also, I have no idea what the Gaster Blaster is supposed to be. I don't know if it shoots fire or laser or bullets. The internet hasn't really helped that much. I'm not exactly sure how much damage it would deal to Conquest. Just kind of lost here. No matter where I looked, it seemed to be an easy win for Conquest. I decided to ask one of my Discord friends this question to listen to their response, and they brought up an incredibly good point that I hadn't even thought about. Okay, so you know Undertale and you know Invincible, right? Okay, so I have a question for you. In a fight between Sans and Conquest, who would win?
Depends.
On what?
Who gets the first hit? If Conquest hits, yeah. Sans is not dodging something that fast. Sure, he can teleport, but he would get tired at some point. But if Sans were to get the first hit in, he would not only damage the soul, but give Conquest so much karma, he would probably die.
Karma? Karma. What is karma? It's the pink thing in Sans' boss battle that does damage to you. Now, to explain, karma is this type of poison, and supposedly it's affected by your sins. So, like, the more sins that you commit, the more damage it deals to you. Now, I don't know if this is actually canon or it's just a fan theory, but for the sake of this video, we'll say that it's canonically proven. Now, with this in mind, and considering that Conquest has probably amassed a kill count large enough to populate 3 planets, Sans doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to hit Conquest one time and let the karma do the rest of the work. Like, I was gonna go on a long rant about this, but I don't need to. That's just it. Sans wins. He hits Conquest one time. The karma kills him. So, from what I've gathered from all this, if Conquest hits first, he'll kill Sans and win the battle. But if Sans hits first, he'll kill Conquest and he'll win the battle. So what happens if they both hit each other at the same time? It's the big showdown. Conquest lunges towards Sans with intent to murder. Sans summons 2 giant gaster blasters on either side. Conquest stabs through Sans' chest Viltrumite style. His gaster blasters fire their lasers towards Conquest. He's losing health rapidly. Conquest drops down to 1 health. He falls to the ground. Sans is bleeding out rapidly. He looks fatally towards Conquest and he says, "You're strong, but not strong enough." With his final breath, he summons a bone, going straight through Conquest's head, preventing him from ever healing. Conquest is killed instantly. Sans falls to the ground, completely exhausted. He closes his eyes as he sees his world drifting away from him. He disintegrates. They're both dead. Sans sacrificed himself to kill Conquest and to save the Earth. His sacrifice will not be in vain. For the few people who stuck around to the very end, hi, how are you doing? I love you to death. This is a really weird video to work on, but I really enjoyed making it. It's actually become one of my favorites. And, you know, at least we got to answer the question of, could Sans defeat Conquest? Absolutely not. Look, I know I've said everything that I said, and I made a whole video talking about it, but the only way Sans could defeat Conquest is if he got the chance to hit first, which, let's be honest, Conquest would never even allow Sans to do. Also, Sans has 1 health point. 1. Conquest could literally flick his finger, his fucking pinky, at Sans' forehead, and he'd turn into dust. He'd disintegrate right on the spot. Okay, Conquest wins. Solo, no diff. There's no chance at